Hello, ladies. Hello. Happy Thursday. How is everyone this week? Hopefully you're having a great week. Hopefully you saw that I was going to join in here. And you are watching these replays because I really want to know if you're not joining me live, hopefully you're watching the replays and getting some education and some information about what is going on with your body and why it's happening, and some steps that you can take to get you to a place where you feel better in your body, because that's what this is all about. Like, the reason I do all this stuff is because it's all stuff I wish I would have known, and that I have this knowledge now that I want to share with you. I want to get it out there in the world so you don't feel like you're crazy, like you're losing your mind when you're trying things and they're not working, when you just feel like you're falling apart and you don't know why, you don't know what's happening. Hopefully these are answering those questions for you, and if not, always reach out to me. You can send me a private message, you can post in the group. That's what this group is for. I want to be here to help you, educate you, help you move through menopause, because it's not fun, and it's definitely not fun doing it on your own. So, all right, if you're here, say hello. And if you are watching in the replay, hashtag replay. Again, I always want to see who at least tunes in and how many of you are getting something out of this, okay? I want to kick off today's call with something that I am excited about first. So, okay, we're heading into summer, right? It's right around the corner. And for most of us, many of us, myself included, right? It's time to pull out those shorts and those sleeveless shirts, maybe those sundresses, maybe even a swimsuit, and you just keep thinking, you know what? I want to feel different this summer. I want to look different. I want to have more energy. I want to have less bloating. I want to just feel good in my body, and I want to be able to enjoy my summer. Not be afraid to show up in pictures, have clothes fit, instead of having to just hide all summer, right? But instead, so you're like, I want to do these things. I'm going to, maybe you've already been trying since January, be like, you know what, I want to get ready for summer. And you just haven't quite got there, right? And now you're at summer, you're like, well, I didn't lose the weight that I wanted. I don't feel the way that I want. So it's summertime and I have vacation and we have this and that. I'm just going to enjoy summer, right? Which you should. Summer is all about enjoying. You should enjoy your vacations. You should enjoy the holidays, all the things, right? But then you get to the end of summer and you feel not any better, or you feel worse. And then it starts again. You're like, oh, now I need to do this, but now the timing isn't right, or now I'm doing this, or we always find an excuse or something that's holding us back. So what I want to talk to you today is about how you can get your body feeling great this summer and head into fall feeling even better, so you don't feel like you have to start over, okay? So starting the second week of June, I'm going to be opening doors to the Midlife Momentum membership. And inside that, we are going to kick off a 3-month summer shred. Okay? So what this is, it's not a diet, because I don't ever believe in diets. But what it is it's a structured, hormone-supportive 3-month challenge and experience that walks you through all the processes that get you feeling good in your body, whether you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s. So it kind of looks like this. There are 4 phases in this program. Foundations, you're nourishing your body, you're restoring your body, you're adjusting, and then you're thriving, right? And each phase builds upon the last. So what we're doing is we're focused on balancing hormones so you feel good in your body, because when your body feels good and it feels safe, then that's when real fat loss is possible. Without killing your energy, without making you feel crazy, without making you feel deprived, and allowing you to enjoy your summer, okay? This can help you, this 3 months can get you to losing 7 up to 15 pounds. I guarantee it, okay? And for this summer launch specifically, if you join the 3-month option, you're also going to get in-app workouts. So if you're not somebody who's working out with me currently, you'll have access to workouts in my app. These are resistance training, strength training workouts that you should be doing in menopause, right? And you can do them at your gym, you can do them at home, whatever. You will have access to the workouts, so you know exactly what you should be doing to help you to build and stimulate muscle growth and maintain that muscle, right? We're also going to do some mini challenges in this challenge, in this 3-month shred, with prizes, because it's always fun, right? The accountability to like do something else, and have a little friendly competition, because who doesn't love a fun little challenge, right? So Who's this for? Because it's not for everybody. This is for you if you already know what you should be doing. So you know what you should be doing, but you just don't do it consistently on your own. You know that you're supposed to eat more protein, you're supposed to lift the weights, you're supposed to manage your stress, but knowing and doing are two different things, and sometimes doing alone just doesn't feel easy, right? It's a little bit harder. This is for you if you know you won't show up for yourself the same way you show up for when someone else is counting on you, right? Most of us need a plan that's already built. We need a place to check in, have someone hold us accountable when we're not showing up. That's why a lot of people work with me and come to me, because they're like, I know what to do. I'm just not going to do it unless somebody helps me, unless somebody's there telling me what to do and making sure I'm doing it, right? So this is for you if you love being around other women who push you, not in a competitive way, but like, oh, you know what? I saw you post that meal and it made me want to eat better. I saw you get up and go for your walk and it made me want to get off the couch and go for a walk too, right? The community inside this membership it's real and it's raw. Like, I even share my journey when I have my good days, when I have my bad days. That's what this is all about, because then you don't feel crazy, because you're like, oh, I know exactly how they feel. Or you can support somebody, or you just feel like you're not alone in this, right? I truly believe, and if you know who I am and you know the community part that I build with my brick and mortar Fit Chick Express, I feel like the environment and the community is the most underrated parts of any health journey. And that's what this is, an online community membership that provides that for you, okay? This is for you if you've been struggling to see the scale move, and no matter what you do, you can't get rid of the belly fat, and you're like, I'm doing all the things, but nothing is changing. I'm going to tell you how to do that. And this is for you if you're not sure if you're eating enough to get the results. This is so common with so many women that I work with. Probably, I would say 9.5 out of 10 women that I work with are not eating enough calories, right? And when you're underfueling, undereating, and you're exhausted, your metabolism is stalled, right? So we're going to fix that. I'm going to make sure that you're eating enough food, and we're going to figure out what your body specifically needs, okay? So here's what I want to hear from you, or I want you to hear from me before I dive into this episode, okay? There is no version of where you will feel better by doing this alone, okay? So if you're suffering in silence, if you're Googling your symptoms at midnight, like, why do I feel this way? You're trying to do something new every 2 weeks because it's not working or you can't stick to it. Here's the thing. You were not designed to figure out perimenopause and menopause by yourself, right? You weren't. That's why there's so many communities on Facebook about this, right? But I never knew that until I started doing this. This phase of life is where you need the real support, the real education, and a community of women who are going through exactly what you are. And that's what the Midlife Momentum membership is. And that's what this summer shred is going to look like. Only it's going to be only offered in the membership. So you have to be part of the membership to actually take part in this. I'm going to be sending out a few more details in a few weeks. So if you want to be the first to know about what's happening, when the doors open, to save your spot, I'm going to leave a link to the wait list in the comments or in the show notes. All right, now let's get started with today's episode. So the other day I talked about gut health first, right? Because the GLOW method is what we're talking about, and the G is the top one. That's where you need to start, is with that foundation of healing your gut, making sure your gut is in a good place, because it controls every other thing in your body. So today we're talking about the L of the GLOW method, which is talking about living in your body. Because once you hit 40, things are different. And when you figure this out, everything's going to shift, as they did for myself. So what I'm going to talk about today is why what worked for you isn't working now. What worked before isn't working now. What's actually happening hormonally when you're exercising, what you should do instead, and then the exact framework that I use with my clients and for myself, okay? So let's start here. I want to paint a picture, and I want you to tell me if this sounds like you. You're running miles every day because you love running, and you know that that's how you lost weight before. You try to work out, and you're working out every 7 days a week because you think that you need to add more. Maybe you're working out and then you're doing cardio at the end of your workout because that's what you did 10 years ago and it helped you lose weight. but you're exhausted. And every time you work out, you just feel not great. You're not seeing results. So you keep pushing more and you keep working harder. Even though you're not seeing any results, you think if you just keep doing more and more and more, it's going to help you get results because it did before. But the weight's not moving, and maybe it's even going up. Maybe that scale is going up. Your joints ache because you're overusing them. Maybe you're getting injured and you're tired all the time. This is your body's way of saying, stop, take a second, let's step back. Before I head into the movement part, I want to address this because this is one of my biggest pet peeves or biggest hang-ups that I really, really, really want to address is if you are adding more workouts and you are cutting more calories, so you're doing more than you were doing, you're eating less than you were eating, you're doing more harm than good. Not only for your weight loss efforts, but your hormones too. This is setting yourself up for more metabolic damage. And in the end, it's going to make it even harder for you to lose weight in menopause. I guarantee it. I see it all the time. Okay? So I have podcasts on this. I have talked about this in the group. You have to eat more. One of my trainers just told me that we have a girl that's been coming to our classes, our Fit Chick classes, and she realized she was under eating. She started eating more. Guess what happened? She lost weight. Boom. Because she was working out, eating way down here. She started eating more, and she lost weight. Ladies, you got to eat. All right, I'll move on from that because I don't want to go off on that tangent, but I just had to say that, okay? All right, so let's talk about what's happening once you hit 40. Or it could be earlier for some people. Some people start in their late 30s, okay? Cortisol is already elevated for us as we're heading into our 40s, right? In these menopausal years. And when we're adding more things, we're adding more workouts, and we're working out harder, and we're pushing more cardio, it spikes even harder. And chronically high cortisol breaks down muscle tissue. We're working so hard to build the muscle, and all that's happening is we're just breaking it down more. It also stores fat, and it's especially around your belly. If you're struggling to get rid of the belly, that's where you need to stop and think about. And it tanks your already low progesterone, which ends up disrupting your sleep. So, vicious cycle, right? You don't get good sleep, you don't have good energy, you have high stress, and then you're working out and you're under eating. It's just setting you up to fail, I promise you. So, welcome to your menopausal years. It's so much fun. Yeah, can you hear that? Not being very serious there. All right, so what does movement look like if you want to work with those changing hormones? Because if you want to see results, you have to work with what is happening in your body right now, okay? So here's exactly what I want you to focus on, okay? First is strength training. This is non-negotiable for women in perimenopause and menopause. You need to do this at least 2 to 3 times a week. Notice I didn't say 5 or 7, 2 to 3. If you want to do 4, great. I'd say 2 to 3 is a good amount. And you can figure out as you start. So if you're somebody who's not working out, start with 2, then maybe add a third. If you're somebody who's doing 7 workouts, let's cut it down to 4. See how you feel, okay? Muscle is your metabolic engine. And the more muscle you have, the more efficiently your body burns fuel. You have more muscle, you burn more body fat. And it also protects your bone density, which becomes critical as your estrogen is dropping in your menopausal years, right? So stronger bones, more muscle, more fat burning. And you don't need to belong to a gym. You can work out at home with your body weight. Start somewhere, doing something, anything that stimulates your muscles. You can do squats and lunges and hip extensions and wall sits and push-ups and triceps. All these things are going to stimulate muscle growth. And you don't need anything but your body. Honestly, the girls that work out at Fit Chick, sometimes they really, really hate bodyweight workouts because they're actually harder. Because if you think about it, you're lifting your body, right? Okay, then start with bodyweight if you are new to this or you don't have anything. It's a matter of just doing something. Then you can move on to dumbbells and barbells if you have them, if you have access to them. The goal is each time you work out to go up in weight, if possible. Even if it means dropping down in reps, right? The last rep is the one that counts the most. And that should be the heaviest of all. Okay? So that's number one, strength training. Number two is daily walking. This is easy. I can't overstate how powerful this is. And all you need is 30 minutes a day. Okay? I don't care if you're hitting 10,000 steps. Go out and go for that 30-minute walk. It helps to lower your cortisol. It supports insulin sensitivity. It regulates blood sugar. It gets some sunshine on your face. It makes you feel so much better, right? It doesn't spike your stress hormone the way doing intense cardio. So don't go out for a walk and be like, oh, I feel like I should running and take off running. No, you're walking to walk. Not walking to burn calories. You're walking to walk. Walking to balance and maintain, and I should say manage your stress, okay? It's truly total health medicine overall. Walk with your dog, walk with a friend, just walk. And if 30 minutes at one time you don't have the time for some reason, break it up. Do 3 times 10 minutes throughout the day. So you get your 30 minutes throughout the day. Or 5 minutes, right? Figure out how you can make it work, okay? So that's number 2, is walking. Number 3, you need intentional rest days. At least 2 full rest days per week. And I mean, really resting, right? Don't say, well, I'm just going to jump on this bike because I ate a piece of chocolate. So I'm just going to get on the bike for 10 minutes. That's not resting. That's when we start using workouts as punishment, right? Our mindset is already jacked up right now. Let's not add more to it by thinking we need to punish ourselves with exercise. Exercise is good for us. We don't need to use it to punish ourselves because we feel like we ate something bad, right? Rest. Your muscles repair when you rest. Your hormones regulate when you rest. Rest is where the results happen. You need those down days, okay? If you want, you could do foam rolling. Foam rolling is really good. That's resting. It's restoring those muscles. Stretching, or better yet, do some mobility. We are losing mobility so much as we age. So add some mobility routines in on your days off or on the weekends. All you need to do is go into YouTube, search for mobility exercises, do them a few times a week. Find one that's 5 minutes long. Add it into your routine, your weekly routine on your days off. This is also, in turn, going to help you to get stronger when you're lifting weights without getting injured. And that's the most important part, right? So that's 3. 4 is you need to do some nervous system work. Nervous system work is bringing your body back to a state of calm. Almost made it the whole time. Bringing your body back to a state of calm, where it needs to be, where it's never at, because we are going, doing, pushing all the time. And our stress tolerance is way lower than it ever was before. So what does this look like? Do some yoga, do some Pilates, do some stretching, do some breath work, lay with your legs up the wall. It's all about bringing breath back into your body. Breathing. Because we're constantly going short, deep breaths. We're not. And our body's getting stressed out. Cortisol is going higher and higher. We need to slow down. We need to breathe, okay? Your nervous system and your hormones are connected. Movement with breath calms your system, keeps the belly fat off, and keeps us from all the other health problems that are heading our way as we get older. So, as I mentioned, do some of those things, or find a breathing meditation. I love Insight Timer for any type of meditation. Look for that. You can go through, it's a free app, Insight Timer. Search for breathing meditation, and you can filter it for 2 minutes. 2-minute breathing meditation, and just sit and breathe. Easiest and best thing you can do for your body. If you can't do any of the other things, do that. Okay? So which of these 4 things do you feel is missing the most from your routine? Is it strength training? Not too much, just enough. And is it challenging yourself? Are you pushing yourself? Is it your daily walking? Are you not getting those in? You guys see me walk. If you follow me, you see on my stories, I walk every day. The only day in it was Sunday. 3, you need intentional rest days. 4, you need to do some nervous system work, calming down your system. Which one do you need to focus on most? You can drop that in the comments. Share with me. I want to hear, okay? And here's something I want you to listen to. I'm going to say this and I want you to really hear it. Living in your body isn't just about what you do. It's about learning to read what your body is telling you. I'm going to say that again. Living in your body isn't just about what you do. It's about learning to read what your body is telling you. I've taught so much to my clients, and it's fun to see when they're like, ding, yep, my body told me this, I needed to listen, or boom, my body's telling me this, and this is what I'm going to do. I love when I hear my clients say, I got a lot going on, I'm feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and so I did some meditation, some breath work, and I feel so much better. I love that, because that means they're learning to listen to their body, right? So, what does that mean? How do you feel after your workout? A couple hours after your workout. Are you energized? Do you feel good? Or are you exhausted? Do you feel brain foggy? Then, that's too much, right? Are your joints hurting after you work out? That means maybe you're working out too often, or you're not adding those rest days. Is your sleep getting worse on those workout days? Is it because you're overtraining, causing more stress, causing more cortisol, which is keeping you up? Are you having more cravings after your hard workouts? Is that because you're not eating enough? You're not eating enough before your workout, not enough after your workout, right? These are not random things that are happening. It's your body giving you information constantly, daily. You just have to stop and pay attention. We spend all of our time pushing them away, right? We ignore these things. We don't listen to them. And then what happens? We end up sick. We end up hurt or gaining more weight and wondering why. We're like, I don't know what's happening. This just happened to me this past weekend. If you've seen, I kind of talked about it a little bit. I kind of been fighting something on and off since January. It's kind of not been fun. Feel better and then I feel worse, better, worse. And my body kept telling me to slow down, I feel like, because I just felt tired a lot. I wasn't able to focus a lot. I was doing all the things because I kept pushing. I'm like, I got to get things done. I have to do things. I'm okay. I'm fine. I can do it, right? But on Sunday, I was laid up on the couch all day. I woke up in the middle of the night. My stomach didn't feel good. And then I was on the couch all day. I could barely get up. I barely went to the bathroom. I could barely move. I definitely didn't do any thinking. I could barely process it. Like nothing was in my brain. It was my body is like shut down. It's like, nope. And I slept pretty much all day long. I haven't done that in over 15 years. So my body was just like, you're done. We need to just tune out everything. And I'm older now. My body can't handle as much like I talked about, right? My stress tolerance is a lot lower. And I wasn't listening. I kept pushing through and doing more and pushing and going and thinking it's just going to get better. But it didn't until I was forced to stop. And that's what's going to happen to you. And it may not be just laying on the couch for a week. It may be something even worse, okay? So, this is what we need to stop and listen to. The L, right? Learning to come back to yourself. Learning to work with your body instead of pushing against it and doing what it does not want. So what do we do with this foundation, right? I kind of talked about it a little bit, but if this is where you're at and you're finding that maybe you're burnt out, maybe you're exhausted, maybe you're overwhelmed, but you need the movement, here's where you need to go, okay? First, I want you to audit what you're currently doing. If you're doing daily intense cardio or workouts and they're making you feel exhausted, pull back. Maybe you need to do nothing but walk, okay? Or cut back from what you're doing, half of what you're doing. See how your body responds. You can always add a little bit more if you need to, but cut back and see how your body responds. That's one. Audit what you're doing and see how your body responds. Number two, make sure you have 2 strength training workouts a week. These are not supposed to make you feel exhausted. These are supposed to actually make you feel energized. So you're also building the muscle, which is making your body feel better. Remember, we're going to focus on compound movements, so squats, deadlifts, presses, pulling. These are all using your larger muscles and cover your entire body. And your goal is to get stronger every time. Step 3, make sure you're walking 30 minutes every single day outside if you can. If not, get on the treadmill, but I would so much rather be outside. Plus, your body would love the sunlight and the outside fresh air, okay? This is non-negotiable. Even before your workouts, I'd rather you get your 30-minute walk in, because most of us are stressed out. And if anything's going to keep us from being stressed out, it's going to be the walk. We're going to talk on the stress here soon, but get that walk in before anything. If you're like, I don't have time for a workout, get your walk in, okay? Number 4, protect your rest days. Add them in. They should be non-negotiable. Fully rest day. Rolling, stretching, doing nothing, mobility work, right? That's what I want you to do. And then step 5, add 2 to 3 nervous system sessions per week. So you're doing some yoga, maybe stretching, breath work, mobility work. So it's the same. These kind of go hand in hand, but whatever you do for the nervous system part, you have to breathe. That's why I think yoga, doing some legs up the wall, breathing, doing some mini meditations. We want to bring our body back to center just by breathing, okay? And step 6, you want to make sure you're fueling your body, fueling your body for the movement that you need. So you're eating protein and carbohydrates before and after your strength training workouts. Don't work out in a fasted state. You need to have something in your body, okay? And eat enough calories to support what you're doing. Eat enough calories to support what you're doing. This is huge, huge, huge. Okay, and last one, pay attention. How do you feel after your workouts? Change them up if you need to. Cut them back if you need to. But push yourself. Even if you need to go from, I never work out an hour. My workouts are about 35, 40 minutes. If you're doing hour-long workouts, maybe do less and just get more out of it in 30 minutes. Okay? If you need suggestions, let me know. Pay attention to your body. Biggest thing is be in your body. Pay attention, listen to what it's telling you before you end up like me on the couch, unable to get off for an entire day, okay? Movement in menopause is not about punishing yourself. It's not about working out to lose weight and to fit in those clothes. It's not about, ooh, if I work out, I can have that cake, I can have that pizza, I can have that pasta. It's about building a body that makes you feel strong, energized, and like yours again. It gives you your body back because you come back to it. It starts moving your body in a way that's working with your hormones. You're supporting your hormones. Hormone balance is what we need to come back to, not fighting against those hormones, okay? Okay, it's getting hot in my office, so I need to finish this up. Next week, we're going to be talking about O, which is owning your rest. I told you we were going to talk about this, so sleep, stress, and cortisol. These are huge. O is probably the one that gets skipped the most because we just feel like we don't have time for it and we're going all the time. But it's so vital to hormone and metabolic support, which is what we need right now in our 40s, 50s, and 60s. Without this one, it doesn't matter what else you do, you're not going to see progress. Whatever that is. If it's weight loss, if it's belly fat loss, if it's more energy, you're not going to see it if you don't focus on this one, okay? All right, so that's all I have. Remember, if you want to know more about the Summer Shred inside my membership, get yourself on the wait list. The link will be in the comments or in the show notes. And any questions about anything that I talked about or anything at all, comment below, reach out to me. I'm here to support you. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm showing up for you. And hopefully you're getting something out of these videos. And if so, you know what, leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you learned, what you need to focus on, where you're struggling, and so that I can give you more education, more support, more information to help you to move forward, okay? Thanks for listening. I appreciate you so, so much. And I will see you next week.